Hello mga pare ko, isa namang lightweight outdoor wireless broadband product from Ubiquiti Networks pag-usapan natin. Design ito for long distance wireless broadband bridging rated at 5 GHz frequency range and 100 Mbps real outdoor throughput. Sa ka-range niya umaabot up to 30 plus kilometer long distance links with antenna gain of 23 dBi. Model LBE-M5-23. Itong model ng Lightbeam M5 compare sa Lightbeam AC model. Yung polarization nito is in vertical polarization compare sa Lightbeam AC na both vertical and horizontal polarization. Open natin. Saka yung type ng antenna niya is 1:1 single input single output compare sa Lightbeam AC model na 2:2 multiple input multiple output. Antenna feed horn receiver. Bubble level purpose is to ensure level alignment. Lock nut, ball joint mount. Ito yung antenna feed horn. Ito yung reset button if ever you want to reset to factory default. Ito naman yung Ethernet port. Dito mo i-connect papunta sa POA adapter. Power cord, metal strap, set of screws, POA adapter rated at 25 volts 0.2 ampere. Quick start guide. Ito yung reflector panels. Center reflector panel, side reflector panels. Assemble muna natin yung reflector by hand. Simply attach lang natin yung side reflector panel sa center reflector panels. Insert lang yung heads ng dalawang mounting studs sa center reflector panel sa large opening ng slotted holes ng side reflector panel. Tapos slide yung side reflector panel down hanggang yung top edges ng panel ma-align. Ulitin lang yung assembly sa other side reflector. Kung gusto mo ng additional support, pwede mo rin itong lagyan ng apat na self-tapping screws na hindi kasama sa antenna assembly. Insert natin itong feed horn receiver by hand sa reflector assembly para ma-secure yung panels. Para sa full mounting, i-attach lang natin yung ball joint mount to the feed horn receiver. Simply by turning yung lock nut clockwise by hand. Tapos locate yung two holes sa lock nut para ma-secure yung lock aim natin. Purpose nito yung ball joint mount para makaprovide siya ng adjustment flexibility along 3 axes for quick and easy alignment ng antenna. Insert natin yung antenna feed horn sa feed horn receiver hanggang sa ma-lock siya into place. Para sa full mounting, open lang natin yung metal strap tapos insert natin sa base ng ball joint mount. Bali ito yung hawak sa pull. To fasten or loosen yung strap, gamit lang tayo ng 7mm socket wrench or Phillips screwdriver. yung LAN naman is papunta sa laptop natin using Cat5 and above UTP cable. So bali dito sa PoE level, ito yung papunta sa Ethernet port ng feed horn receiver natin or sa antenna. Ito yung wireless connection LED indicator niya. Mag light green siya kung maka-establish siya ng wireless connection. Ito naman yung sa Ethernet LED indicator. Steady green kung meron active Ethernet connection. Mag-flash naman siya kung meron activity. Ito yung power LED indicator. Punta lang tayo sa network and internet settings. Click Ethernet. Choose network and sharing center. Ethernet. Click properties. Choose IPv4 or Internet Protocol version 4. Ikaw na bahala sa static IP address. Sa 4th octet or node lang tayo magpalit. Click subnet. Punta tayo sa browser and input natin yung default IP address of all UBNT devices or antenna. Bypass lang yung security warning. Tapos enter natin dito yung default username saka password. So yung default username saka password is UBNT lang. Same sa password UBNT din. Select country Philippines. Check lang yung box dito sa privacy policy, then click login. Punta tayo sa system para ma-check natin yung firmware version. So bali yung current version niya dito is version 6.2.0. So yung gawin natin, i-check natin sa download site kung merong bagong version or for Lightbeam M5 antenna. Punta lang tayo sa download site. So upon checking, mayroong bagong version ng firmware for Lightbeam M5 antenna, version 6.3.2. So yung gagawin natin, i-download lang natin to. Click lang natin to. After downloading, i-upload natin tong bagong firmware sa antenna natin para ma-upgrade yung current version ng antenna. Tapos hanapin natin yung firmware na dinownload natin. Punta tayo dito sa system, tapos choose file, tapos i-open natin yung bagong version ng firmware para ma-upgrade natin itong antenna. Tandaan lang na wag i-power off, wag i-reboot, saka i-disconnect yung device sa power supply or adapter during firmware update process kasi makakasira sa device or antenna. Login lang tayo ulit. Dito sa main tab makikita yung summary, lahat ng link status information, current basic configuration settings which depend sa operating mode, network settings, and information saka traffic statistics. Bali ito yung device name niya, also known as host name. Ito yung network mode niya, which is in bridge. Para makonfigure yung network mode, punta ka lang sa network tab. Sa wireless mode, dinidisplay niya yung operating mode ng radio interface. Yung SSID, display yung wireless network name, which depends sa wireless mode na iset mo. Since iset naman natin tong antenna as station mode, i-display niya yung SSID ng AP or access point ng device or antenna. Security, dinidisplay niya yung wireless security method na ginagamit ng device. Kung none yung display, ibig sabihin yung wireless security has been disabled. Yung version naman, dinidisplay niya yung AirMax operating system software version. Yung uptime is yung total time na yung device has been running since yung latest reboot or powered up, or yung start kung kailan siya in-upgrade. Yung date, display yung current system date and time. Yung antenna, wala siyang internal clock. Yung date and time maaaring inaccurate kung yung network time protocol client ay naka-disabled or kung yung antenna ay hindi connected sa internet. Yung channel or frequency, dinidisplay niya yung channel number saka corresponding operating frequency, valid channel, saka frequency ranges. Mag-vary siya depende sa local country regulation. Itong channel width, mas maganda kung nasa minimum channel width siya para ma-meet niya yung bandwidth requirements, kasi wider channels means more susceptible siya sa mga interference. Now, narrower channel width generally means mas malinis saka reliable yung connection. Itong frequency band is based sa set nating frequency and channel width. Using a frequency of 5,750 MHz, ibig sabihin yung center frequency niya is 5,750 MHz. Bali yung frequency band from 5,740 to 5,760 is simply plus and minus 10 MHz sa center frequency, which is 5,750 MHz. Yung distance, dinidisplay niya yung current distance between antenna, which is in kilometer or miles. Pwede mo ma-adjust yung distance value in advance sa wireless settings. Yung wireless LAN 0 MAC, play niya yung MAC address ng device na makikita sa wireless network. LAN 0 MAC address, dinidisplay niya yung MAC address ng device na makikita sa local area network. Yung LAN 0, ito malalaman kung walang active Ethernet connections. Yung AP MAC, kung access point yung setup mo, yung naka-display dito is yung MAC address ng device. Kung station mode naman, which is yung setup natin, i-display niya dito yung MAC address ng access point ng device kung saan siya connected. Sa ngayon, wala pang naka-display na MAC address since hindi pa naman natin ito na-configure. Punta lang tayo sa system tab to check kung updated na yung firmware. So ito siya, parekoy. Bali updated na siya to firmware version 6.3.2. Ito yung device name or host name ng unit or device. Interface language allows you to select yung language. By default, English yung language niya. Iset ko lang yung time zone dito sa date settings. Sa system accounts, dito natin mapapalitan yung administrator password para ma-secure natin yung unit from unauthorized access. Enter lang natin yung current password. Saka ikaw na bahala sa bagong password. Tandaan lang yung length ng password is 8 characters maximum. So 8 characters lang kasi kung sumobra sa 8 characters, puputulin lang yun. read-only account. Sa read-only account, check the box para ma-enable. Bale, yung ma-view lang niya is yung main tab. Tapos configure lang yung username at password para ma-protect yung device from unauthorized access or unauthorized changes. Dito sa device maintenance section, mamamanage yung maintenance routines. Sa configuration management section, dito mamamanage yung device configuration routines. Dito mo rin makikita yung reset to factory default settings. Itong AirMax Priority, available lang to kung iset mo tong antenna as station mode. Since iset naman natin to as station mode, purpose nito is to assign time slots to each client station. Mag-function lang to kung yung multiple clients have it enabled. Pag naka-high, ibig sabihin yan 4:1 ratio time slots. Pag medium, 3:1 time slots. Itong AirView, purpose nito is to analyze yung noise environment ng radio spectrum. Yung default port is 18888. Dito sa wireless mode, set natin as station mode. Bali, yung antenna ay yung sa client side na mag-act as a subscriber station while connecting sa LAP 120 natin set as an access point. Itong WDS, transparent bridge mode, available to siya for both access point and station mode. Enable mo to kung yung access point mo is in access point WDS mode. Pero to have fully transparent bridge, enable mo tong W3's transparent bridge mode. Sa SSID, select lang natin to display yung list of available access point na meron specific MAC address. Useful to kasi minsan meron multiple access point using same na SSID. Then select lock to AP to allow yung station natin to always maintain a connection sa access point. Channel width, display spectral width ng radio channel. Pwede mo gamitin to para makontrol yung bandwidth consumed ng iyong link. Kasi using higher bandwidth, increases yung throughput. Using naman lower bandwidth, reduces throughput proportional sa reduction ng channel size. I-automatic lang natin 20 or 40 MHz channel spectrum. Itong automatic 20 or 40 MHz channel spectrum, available lang to sa station mode. Set lang natin dito. So, set lang natin automatic 20 or 40 MHz channel spectrum. Frequency scan list, available lang to in station mode. Purpose is to restrict scanning to only selected frequencies. Itong calculate to ERRP limit option should remain enabled para yung transmit output power natin is within limit na mag-depend sa regulation per country. Kung naka-enabled, hindi mo pwede iset yung ERRP above sa allowed per regulatory domain. Sa antenna, set lang natin sa feed only para mapa-increase natin yung output power natin hanggang 25 dBm. Kasi yung output power natin is limited according to country regulations. Kaya naka-enabled lang yung EIRP natin or effective isotropic radiative power. Pwede mo gamitin yung slider to manually enter or adjust yung output power which is in dBm. Itong data rate module affects yung transmit rate only, hindi yung receive rate. Pwede i-select yung default or alternative sa single device. Itong option hindi mag-depend kung saan algorithm yung piliin, on access point or in stations. Maximum transmit rate which is in Mbps, dito recommended na automatic option lang. Lalo na kung nagkakaproblema ka sa connection or if you're losing data sa higher rate. Kasi kung naka-automatic siya, yung rate algorithm selects yung best data rate depende sa link quality conditions. Sa wireless security, select lang natin yung latest Wi-Fi encryption standard, which is yung Wi-Fi protected access to advanced encryption standard. Since in station mode tayo, enter lang natin yung security settings ng access point natin kung saan connected yung antenna natin. Sa pre-shared key, enter lang natin yung alphanumeric password. na sinet natin doon sa access point. Dito sa network tab, configure lang natin yung network mode as bridge mode for it provides an efficient and fully transparent network solution. Sa configuration mode, set lang natin as simple. Sa management IP address, set ko lang as static IP settings sa device. Sa IP address sa ngayon, di ko lang muna palitan. Kung magpalit ka ng IP address, sa 4 octet ka lang magpalit. Kasi yung IP gagamitin for device management purposes. Tapos enable lang natin yung spanning tree protocol para makakommunicate yung device natin sa ibang network devices by sending and receiving bridge protocol data units. I-disable mo to or yung default settings niya kung yung device is yung only bridge sa local area network or kung walang loops sa topology. I-copy lang natin yung wireless LAN MAC address ng M5 antenna natin. Tapos i-paste lang muna natin sa Word. Tapos i-open natin yung LAP120 antenna natin or yung access point natin para i-configure yung MAC access control list para ma-add natin yung MAC address ng M5 station antenna natin na kinopy natin kanina. So dito natin i-paste or i-add yung station MAC address. Dito sa comment, enter lang yung wireless description ng station antenna natin para magkaroon ng link yung access point saka yung M5 station antenna natin. Hintayin lang natin. Kita nyo pare ko, connected na tayo. Sana meron kayo ulit natutunan. Para sa hindi pa nakapag-subscribe, pa-click na lang ng subscribe button, paki-like na rin, saka share. Sa hindi pa nakapag-subscribe, click subscribe and like button na din. At para maabangan nyo yung mga bago kong uploads, kindly click na lang yung notification bell. Thank you!